Hey everybody, welcome to Review Time with iSlip. I am iSlip, and today we are taking a look at the Transformers Siege War for Cybertron Trilogy Commander Class Jetfire. Here's his box, which is a really, I'm really far out from the box, by the way, because it's a pretty big box. It's pretty big. Let's see. Here is Siege cog right in front of it so you can get an idea of how big this box is. It's a really nice looking box too. This is going up on my wall, and yeah, so it's a very nice. Wow, it goes all the way around. The picture goes all the way around. I didn't realize that. So the picture goes all the way around, and technically goes up here too. Let's see, does it go to the bottom? Not really. And here we have him in his two modes, plus his combat ready COU. Oh, I don't even know what. I don't care. This is a great figure. I want to thank my buddy Mike, who noticed the other day that these were coming out to the floor. Let me go ahead and get this. Whoops. Get this down some. Notice that these were heading out to the floor, and let me know. And then after a while of trying to find the box they were in, because it was, yeah, it was on. It came out to the floor, but it hadn't been put in the shelf yet. It was just waiting to be. He found it, and we got ourselves our Jetfires. So they're showing up at Walmart's. It's a thing. That's where I got mine, Walmart. And it is a very nice looking Walmart. Figure. Let me switch lights. Nope. There we go. So we can kind of see some of the detail. It's just a little difficult to do because it's white with bright light. There we go. So between all the different lights, you can see the detail that keeps getting washed out. Oh, that was a mistake. I am really trying to get it so that we can. There we go. So we can see some of the detail on it. There we go. So, and as you can see, right now he's a Decepticon. In the cartoon, he starts out neutral. He was a friend of Starscream's way back on Cybertron. Starscream and Megatron trick him into being a Decepticon, and then later on he becomes an Autobot. So you can nicely do this. So you push this in, and it rotates around, and there you have him as an Autobot now. And he's pretty cool, and he is humongous. He is humongous. He is just. Let's see if I can get. Let's see. Here we go. Here is Siege Ironhide on his back, so you can get an idea of how long this jet mode. And the jet mode is slightly longer than the bot mode, but the bot mode is still pretty freaking epic. So, let's go ahead. We've got Starscream. That is the classic Starscream, I believe, or is it Henkei? I think it's the classic Starscream. So you can see, and I think that's about, in the original cartoon, I think that was about the size difference for the jet modes. Here he is with, this is my knockoff Jetfire. Knockoff G1 Jetfire / Macross Valkyrie, which that mode is based on. It's kind of based on it loosely. Like this is supposed to emulate this pack here, and yeah. So get that out of here. And let's see. Go ahead and take Optimus Prime, put him next to him. Now in the cartoon, it's hard to gauge his size, because in the cartoon Sometimes they would draw him bigger, sometimes they would draw him smaller, sometimes he would stand next to a transformer and just be like about maybe half or double the height of the transformer, and sometimes he'd be big enough to take on the whole Autobot forces into his body. And he's even transformed into almost a Gerwalk, like he was transforming, and in mid transformation, he let everybody out and then finished transforming. So he had legs dangling. He looked like a Gerwalk. Um, yeah. So he's pretty cool. Here's the underside of him, and that looks like a folded up robot. I mean, it is what it is. He has these little. He's got posts all over where you can plug things in. Like he comes with a bunch of weapons. We can take these and plug them in there if you want to. These bits here come down so you can have transformers holding on. Let me see if I can get Cog and so he can be like airlifting them in, sort of. I can get this. So you can see he's holding on to that post so you can airlift people in. He's got posts that come out of what will be his hips. You just slide this down and there's more posts. So you can like peg them in and he could just be flying them in. So yeah, there's a lot of playability with this guy. Let me pick up these pieces here. A lot of playability, and of course, since he's got posts everywhere, you can pull apart Cog here and then just kind of arm this guy up with some more weapons. He's got, these pegs aren't supposed to be sticking out just yet. He's got peg holes here, peg holes back here, so you can put more on him. Let's see, there's a peg hole up here, obviously the peg holes down there. There's even a giant peg hole here. I guess these are for maybe to put stands on. I don't know. Oh, we can put these out and take these bits and then just put them under here if you want to, and have them with tiny tank treads. It is what it is. You got lots of places to post stuff. Speaking of, you can also, if you want to, flip these wings around, flip these bits in, and a little post comes out, and you can take, his weapons have holes in them, which I didn't go over. I should go over his weapons real quick. Let me go over his weapons real quick. He comes with 2 of these, which you can actually, if you flip this down, you can actually peg these together and stick them here. If you want to, you can do that. So he's got weapon storage there. He comes with these, which can be posted on the underside of the wing, or I guess the overside now, or back here if you want to. You can put them here if you want to. It comes with these bits here. Let me turn on the light. There we go. That do come apart, so you can put these bits here if you want to, which you can't really see because of the darkness, or you can put them up here in the other guns and extend them out some more if that's what you want to do. Oh, I have it in my hand. Take this and did we run out of peg holes? We got peg holes all over the place to stick them. I mean, you can actually even just stick them in that way. Take these bits here. These bits have holes too. You can stick them on the edges if that's what you want to do. And then you can take these bits, and these bits separate into 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3, and you can plug them into various things. You can have them here, have this on the end of this if you want to, have this over here, put this in the back so it looks like he's flying with thrusters. I mean, there is a lot you can do with this figure. Ah, I see an issue. Sorry about that. I forgot I have the chroma thing on. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry about that, guys. I am really sorry about that. I'm using my setup that I normally use for my gameplays. So I have a green screen right behind here, and I guess these fade out a little bit too close to green. So yeah, you can do that. You can also, he comes with this extra plate thing here, and if you take this off, take this piece here, and this piece plugs into there like this. Okay, we'll take all this off. This plugs in, oh, sorry. This plugs in here, and then this little bit here will plug into the side of these guns to hold it in place. Sorry, again, not used to my camera being, I'm using my cell phone, so my camera's actually over this way. Where is the other? There it is. Take that off. We'll get this back the way it's supposed to be for now. Okay. Alright, so we take this, plug it in here, right there. Okay, this plugs in here using this slot. Hopefully it's coming out correctly. Okay, there we go. That's one. Hopefully you can hear me good too. And that is two. And then we're going to take these bits and these plug in here. You can plug them any which way. I'm going to plug them so that the gun parts are facing forward. Even though usually it's facing the other way, and this is not on straight. Is it? It is on straight. Why does this feel like it's not? Because it isn't on straight. There we go. All right. Put that back on. Take this piece. Okay. Put this on this way and flatten these out. And then take this peg here, and that's going to fit in this hole right here. And there you go. Now you've got an extra jetpack of insta-kill gratification, which again you can, add these little bits and stuff to randomly, do the thing of the gun thing, and yeah, so you can do that. Again, you can stick it on the back end of the jet mode to, be a jet thrusting thing. We're going to go ahead and take this off. Take this off. I'm going to separate all of it. It actually separated itself. That's actually pretty good because we're going to need that in the next mode. So we're going to go ahead and transform them. I'm going to do my best not to screw this. Oh, before I forget that. Also, you can open this piece here. You can open this piece here. And it's got a little engine block, which you can somehow get out if you want to. Take it out. And then if you want, you can put a Titan Master in there to pilot. So yeah, look, Titan Master. So you can do that. Get them out. And get out. We'll put this block back in. It's got a hole on it too, so you can plug it into something. I don't know what. I'll be honest with you, I didn't really pay too much attention to the instructions. I figured most of his transformation out by myself without an issue. Nope, this goes this way. Without much of an issue, if I'm honest with you. It's not overly hard. But it is still satisfying, especially that you can get this from a robot mold that looks like it stepped off of the G1 cartoon. Alrighty, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this piece here. We're gonna take these jet thrusters and separate them. Separate them. This piece here, this piece gets lifted up, comes around like that. So that's truncated as such. Go over here, bring these bits out, and they kind of combine the wars out like so, and then this piece flips over and fills in, which I love that. I wish more of their bots did this. You take this piece, you flip it around. There is a little kind of ridge there that fits into that notch there, or that hole there, and then these two pegs here will fit into here. So, and the jet thruster is hidden very well. Let's go ahead and put the wheels away and do the same thing on this side. Bring it around. Take this piece, hide the thruster away, fit that in. Come over here, flip this out to flip this out, and his feet are now about made. There we go. There we go. Oh. His feet are made. We're going to come over to the wings, and we're going to bend them like, no, we're going to flip this down so that we can take this piece and flip it over and flip that like that. So again, we will flip this piece here down, fold it underneath. It fits perfect. Bring this down and over, and then bring this, and there's a little, right here, a little slot, and this fits in there like so. And then these go up like this, and put the pegs away because the pegs don't need to be out yet. And that is that done. Then we're going to come over here. Come over here and see if I can, let's turn off the light. There we go. I'm going to take this piece here and slide it. This piece off and slide it up a little bit. Close that, of course. Flip the nose cone down. You're going to take these pieces and they peg in underneath. You're going to lift them up and then bring them out. You can see right there, that's the peg that goes into that right there. Sorry for my fingers. Don't worry about it. Don't ask about it. I don't know. I don't care. They still work. We're good to go. Fold out what's going to be the fist. These pieces just collapse into here, and then this peg will fit into that hole there, and that is almost one arm done. Then we just have to bend the arm up like this to get it out, and we have an arm done. So second verse, same as you know. I'll bring this around. Go ahead and flip out the hand, flip this piece in, flip the hand back, the wrist, and then bend this to help get that arm piece out. And that's the second arm done. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take these bits, bring them out, and then take these bits here, start folding them up a little bit, and bring this down. And as you do, his head becomes, you can see it, I should say. There are two trap doors here where his head goes into. I'm pretty sure every other YouTube has mentioned it. I'm mentioning it too, because why not? So bring that around and close that. Okay, this comes down, and then these go in to hold everything together. These bits are meant to come up. I'll show you why in a minute. But otherwise, there we have, let me get the heels out. There we have a pretty solid JETFIRE. And really, that's not JETFIRE, that is SkyFire. JETFIRE, there we go. Or should I just leave it off? Yeah, we'll leave one side off. This way there's a bit of shadow detail. And anyway, so this thing, it bears a more than striking resemblance to the G1 Autobot from the cartoon JETFIRE, SkyFire, rather than JETFIRE, which was the name of the bot this is based off of, which was, sorry, I'm trying to get this in there perfectly, which was licensed from Bandai before Harmony Gold got the Robotech license, which is why if you look at the G1 toy, it looks like a Robotech Valkyrie, a Macross Valkyrie, rather than what you saw in the animation model. It's also why you didn't see very many stories with JETFIRE in it, because of his resemblance to, or SkyFire, excuse me, because of his resemblance to that figure. So Hasbro wanted as little to do as possible with that. And funny note, we got JETFIRE over here, the original G1 toy. Japan never got JETFIRE. Well, at the time we got it in G1, they didn't get G1 JETFIRE because of Macross and all that. So yeah, so here we have our Commander class figure, and he is a tall drink of water. Before I do size comparison, let's quickly do his articulation. He's got left and right swivel. You have an up swivel. He doesn't really look down. Kind of looks slightly down. 360 here. Arms go out. And that's actually cleverly hidden. I didn't even realize that that was a ball with a ratchet. Ratchety elbows that get you past 90 degrees. Swivel. His wrists rotate. I mean, you can do that if you want to, and you can plug stuff in there as if they were weapons. He's got no waist. He's got swivel at the upper thigh. His legs go all the way out and go almost all the way forward and back. It goes all the way forward, and the backpack hinders it some. He got 90 degrees. I don't know why I said 45 degrees. 90 degrees at the knee. His feet move, and he has, hold on. He does have ankle pivot, so you can get an A stance if you choose. I personally don't care for that. He's not really a warrior. He didn't really do too much. He was a scientist, so he usually just stood up and down. Let's take a quick look at the face. And that is beautiful. Like, I've seen a lot of JETFIRE heads and faces, and like, I guess they look like the cartoon, but the cartoon face and head just looks bad. Somehow Hasbro managed to figure that out and fix it. So again, we have this piece here, which rotates around. Excuse me, hiccups. Rotates around to become Decepticon. So we got that. I don't know if his cockpit still opens while it's. Let's see. Do you still open? And I can't get it open. I'm not going to try to force it. Of course, you can pull these out, and if you want, you can use them as waist guns. You know, you can. That's your gun. I mean, your gun is your toy. You know, you can leave them out and hang things on there if you want to. I like how that's hidden. That's actually I think that's the actual design for the G1 cartoon where they had this red thing. It's nice that they repurposed that. I mean, this thing is really, really nice. And that's not all. Of course, he comes with his gun, which you can split or you can leave together because his gun is a double-barreled gun in G1. So you can leave it together if you want to and have a nice little G1 dude. And, you know, he's awesome. Before we, well, next, what I'm going to do is we're just going to go on to the extra bits. Now, you can take the extra bits, open this up. We're going to open this up here because he's got, get this thing open, he's got a mask. And it's nicely stored in this thing. Now, I'm not 100% sold on the mask. I mean, I think it's cool, and it kind of sort of homages the, you know, the whole Valkyrie thing. I just wish he had antennae or you know, there was a way to attach like some of his guns to the side of his head to give it that, you know, Valkyrie, definitely, you know, Valkyrie look. But, you know, you can't. You know, maybe somebody will come up with an upgraded mask that you can buy that'll do that. But for now, it is what it is. It's not bad. So you can take that and do that. Take this piece here. Well, actually, what you're going to do is you're going to come over here and flip these bits out here. You're going to need to flip these bits out here because they will attach to those open slots there. So, yeah, there we go. And there we go. There's that. And then you take these and stick them on here. Now, I mean, you can mix and match how you want to do things. It's your figure. There is a lot of stuff you can do with it. But I'm just going to go with as per the instructions. Okay, and then you take these bits here, and this is where the peg on the wing comes in. So straighten the wing out and then fold it over so you can have access to that peg. And then you plug this in there. Do the same thing over here. And plug this in here. And then these get plugged in here. I usually plug them in upside down on my shelf because if they're up, they don't quite clear my shelf. And there you have Jetfire in his battle mode, his super mode or whatever. And then you can take his little gun bits and not gun bits, his little clear pieces and attach them to the guns, you know, just be like kapow, kapow, and put this one on the bottom one. Kapow, kapow, and then if you want to, you can, you know, just take them and put them together or leave them apart and put them in the back, and he could be thrustering off. Let's go ahead and grab the other one. Thrustering, getting ready to thruster off. Okay, those fell off, so we'll go ahead and stick them in here. Come on. Now, I don't like that there's this soft rubber plastic. I can understand why they are, but and there he's got, you know, flight mode. He's pretty cool. He is pretty cool. I do like this. It grew on me. I didn't originally like the whole battle mask thing, especially because the battle mask doesn't look as, it makes his head look bigger for some reason, bulkier, but it doesn't give you that. I needed to be more like a Battleroid, a Valkyrie style. So I mean, I'm gonna take this off. I do like it, you know, but I wish it had more of a, let's get that off of here. Oh. Gotta be careful because since it attaches to the front pieces and the front pieces come out. There we go. There we go. The rest of this though can stay on. I don't mind the extra fighting bits. And I don't mind the chest part really either. I'm not a big fan of the black. I wish it was more white and red. And I wish the red on the actual figure wasn't so maroon. I wish it was a brighter red, but it is what it is. Now give me a moment. We're going to do some size comparisons. So here we go. Here he is next to my knockoff G1 JETFIRE, which it's the same size as the JETFIRE, the original JETFIRE. Just, much simplified and cheaply made. But yeah, you can see kind of the, they got the, crotch dingle dingle, and the gun is different, but it's similar enough. So I mean, they had to change it, but it's cool. So we'll get rid of him. Go ahead and take a current Siege figure. There's Optimus. That might be right. I mean, according to one of the Sunbow charts, that's about where that should be. Here it is. Ironhide. We got Cog. We got his friend Starscream right in front of him. That might be a little too small. Might be a little too small. I don't think. Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look up screenshots of the original cartoon, but so we'll get that out of the way. Here we go with I forget if this was Combiner Wars or Power of the Primes or Titans Returns. It's the Evolution Optimus. The leader size figures before before the Voyager size became leader size. So you can see it's still a decent size up. And for those of you wanting to see him next to a Masterpiece figure, here's with good old MP10. And again, depending on the cartoon, that's the proper size between the two of them. So, yeah, and oh, you know what? Because he usually stands up on my Combiner shelf. Let me get the Combiner Wars Combiner. Here's next to Defensor. And yes, before you say, oh, his arms are transformed wrong. Yes, I did it on purpose because I wanted it to look more like the G1 toy / artwork, where the arms were just this big bulky thing. But you can see he's even, depending on the Combiner, he's taller than the Combiner. So, it's a nice size. It does what it needs to do, which is be Skyfire. He transforms into a cartoon-looking Skyfire, albeit with extra detail, but he looks great. He looks great. I am honestly really glad I have him. I alternate. I can't really tell you which form I like him in the best. I alternate. Well, I usually don't have all this stuff on. You just have just enough for him to look like the cartoon. The rest of the stuff I usually leave on the backpack. The backpack can be its own little flying thingy, which is what I normally do. I normally have it as its own little thing to the side. Usually don't even have these on here because I like him looking like he did in the cartoon. And that looks amazing. Like, if you would have told me that someday we'd have a figure that looked like this from Hasbro, I'd slap you in the mouth until you stop lying. Especially with the crap that we ended up with. And, I'm from G1. And G1, again, this is what JETFIRE was. Skyfire. We didn't have a Skyfire figure that looked like the cartoon. We had a Robotech Macross, which came out first. That was the toy. This is actually the one that got changed. I mean, they even had to redub some of the the dialogue because they kept calling him Jetfire, and they had to change it to Skyfire. So now he's Jetfire. I personally will keep calling him Skyfire. I like the Jetfire name better, but in the cartoon he was Skyfire. So maybe I'll just keep calling him Jetfire. I don't know. All I know is I love this figure. I love this figure. I want the G1 versions of it. I do. I want. I have. I have a mold from the classics Jetfire. I forgot what is it. Overcast, I think he was. Blue with brown. I didn't really like the color scheme, but I wanted a Jetfire, and it was the cheapest way to get one. I might go and see if I can get another a Jetfire, a Henkei or Generations Jetfire, depending on which one I like better. But this is amazing. I'm so happy I got this. And it's got a little heft to it. It's not overly heavy. It's still a bit light compared to other figures of its size, especially more like like the Masterpiece figures have diecast. It's not a Masterpiece figure, but honestly, it could pass for one. Oh, I almost forgot to show you this, which everybody else has shown you. If you look at the fists and you straighten this out, whoops, you straighten it out, the peg disappears mostly. Mine doesn't disappear all the way. There we go. But it disappears into the hand. And then when you close it, it comes back again. Ain't that cool? I hope we get more bots with that kind of feature. I'm Islip. Thanks for watching. It's 8 billion degrees in my undisclosed lair. And it was worth it to show you this beautiful figure. So if you see him and you like Jetfire, you like jets, you like giant Transformers, you like G1 cartoon, you like figures that are just awesome and amazing, don't pass this guy up. Get him. Because believe me, in a year's time, he's going to be worth a lot more. Once they stop selling him, he's going to shoot up like you wouldn't believe. I'm Islip. Thanks for watching, and ciao.